I was sitting by the water, just starting to eat, when I caught a tiny tail wagging out of the corner of my eye. I was working as a photographer on Thatch Kai. On my first day, I kayaked down between Thatch Kai and Ragamuffin Kai, basically out in the open ocean. I looked over and my heart just exploded. He was severely emaciated.
Him be good boy. Him all rascally. Him be a good boy.
I scrambled out of my kayak and called out to see if anyone was in the fishing shack, but nobody appeared. Winston was basically walking on little boardwalks, just waiting for a human. I took an old pair of swim trunks, approached him gently, and wrapped them around him. Once he was in the kayak, I had a mile-long row back to the resort. I had no idea if it would work out. I'm in a foreign country with only 36 hours before my flight, but I told myself, we'll get him home to Montana. At the resort, everyone pitched in. They got me some Dewey's dog food, and the young bartender called friends to find the closest vet. I booked a boat to Dangriga. The vets were incredibly receptive. I stayed with him for an hour or two while they weighed him, drew blood, and cleaned him up. Unfortunately, I had to leave him rather quickly because my taxi driver needed to go, and that was my only ride to the hotel. It felt like giving up my own puppy. Thankfully, Dr. Mia stayed in touch. At 9 p.m., she messaged that his blood work was good. He could stay until the weekend, but since no one is there then, he needed a foster. I had to fly out the next morning, so I arranged everything from the airport, getting him set up with Melanie at the Humane Society of Belize. Melanie fostered Winston for 2 months, sending photos of him finally being comfortable in a home. Soon, his ears stood up, he filled out, and grew. I had dropped off a puppy that looked like he'd fall apart in the wind, and suddenly, he was barking and running on the beach. At the end of January, Melanie said Dr. Mia cleared him. It was time to book the flight to Dallas. Bye, Winston. It was a whirlwind. We had 3 days to get there. My husband and I hit the road from Montana into Wyoming. The highway was famous for shutting down, and the region was getting feet of snow. We just drove as fast as we could. Next thing you know, we were in Dallas, heading to the airport. I worried, what if he doesn't remember me? But after a few moments of sniffing my feet and pants, his memory just came alive. We drove to a hotel at midnight. We had a puppy crated for 12 hours, plus our 2 other dogs crated in the car for just as long. When they met, it was like a tornado in that room. Since getting Winston home to Montana, everyone's doing great. We have so much snow, which was a shock to him. I think he believes he got in a spaceship and went from a planet of sand to a planet of snow.
Oh, hey. Get out of here. You better get out of here.
I took him off that island, put him in my boat, and knew he was my dog. He found me, I found him, and I truly believe this was destiny. Animals have a beautiful capacity to heal and love, no matter their past. If you're thinking of adding a pet to your family, please consider adoption. There are so many soulmates waiting for a chance, just like Winston. It takes patience, but the bond changes your life forever.
Say hello, big boy. Be a good boy, be a good boy.
Thank you so much for listening. If Winston's journey touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe for more heartwarming moments. See you next time.
What? What?